Everybody, what's up? Michael Edward here, head trader at True Trading Group. It is July 2nd, finishing the week strong. Guys, tomorrow, markets close, observing the July 4th holiday. So today, the last day of the week, finishing the week strong with a 68% gain on a SPY put option trade on one of my favorite short setups to trade. I'm going to cover with you what was the setup that I saw in the SPY that caused me to buy put options and nail a 68% gain. I'm still holding a very small piece of this position. I think I might hold it over the weekend, see if we get a little bit further downside on Monday, but we'll see. It's a very small piece, only like 10% of my original size. I'm just kind of holding on to it just to see what happens this afternoon. But I've already locked in 68% on the bulk of my position. This is where I made the majority of my money today. Made a little bit of money in WKHS today, but the bulk of my day came from this SPY option trade. So I'm going to share with you one of my favorite short setups in this video. Before I do so, I want to let everybody know that we are now officially into our Independence sale, celebrating Independence Day with helping you celebrate financial independence. If you guys want, you can join the True Trading Group family for a 36% discount on a 1-year all-inclusive membership plan by clicking on the link in the description below and use coupon code TTG720. That's coupon code TTG720. Adding a bunch of new features this month, also doing a live trading seminar, virtual seminar that you will be invited to as well as a member. You get all the courses included for free, which will also include setups like I'm about to share with you guys right now. So make sure you guys take advantage of that Independence sale, 36% off. Click on the link in the description below. Now, let's get to the charts. What's the setup? One of my favorite short setups is when an ascending wedge forms in front of a key resistance area. Hands down, one of my favorite setups. Ascending wedges are reversal patterns, okay? An ascending wedge signals that a stock is running out of steam, it's getting tired, and when that ascending wedge breaks, you typically get a trend reversal and you get a nice move to the downside. This is the second time within a week that I nailed a big short on SPY put options off of the exact same setup. This is now 2 trades in a row. I think the first one was like 116% gain. This one, a 68% gain. I don't remember. Actually, I don't remember what the first percentage was. I'll show it to you guys. I'll show you guys the setup. But the exact same pattern. Ascending wedge in front of a key resistance level. So let's get to this setup first, and then I'll show you the other one. So here's your ascending wedge, guys. Ascending wedges are formed when a stock makes higher highs while also making higher lows. And it forms an ascending wedge that gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And when it breaks down out of the wedge, that's your trigger to get short. And then you get this nice, beautiful move lower. But I like to enter these trades when the ascending wedge forms right beneath a key resistance level. As I take you guys to the daily chart on the SPY, you can see this resistance level that we have here just below 316. Okay, just below 316. All right, this high is 315.64. This is a gap entry. As I zoom in, you guys see here is a gap. See that gap right there? So this is an area of resistance because if you get above this level, that puts you into this potential gap. So coming into the day today, we knew that this was a potential area of resistance. Okay, this high of the day right there, because it's a gap, is potential resistance. So coming into the day, we drew a line right across that level. Then when I go to the intraday chart, look where that line lines up. Dead even with today's high of the day. So I've got a major resistance level that we identified on the daily chart. And then I have an ascending wedge forming on the intraday chart, which tells me I've got a bearish chart set up intraday forming beneath a key resistance level on the daily chart. And when that setup happens, I love to get short. You can either short the stock or you can buy put options. Like today, I didn't short the spot, I bought put options. Okay. But it's because of this particular setup, an ascending wedge right beneath a key resistance level. I will go after this thing short every single time I see the setup. It's one of my favorite high probability setups to the short side. Okay. I'll take you guys to my trade announcements on the day. You guys can see here at 10:09 a.m. I bought the SPY 314 strike, July 6 expiration put options at $1.64. My stop loss was if the SPY broke through the high of the day. Okay, so if the SPY did that, I would have exited my position. But I went after this thing short right there as we were breaking down out of that ascending wedge, and we caught a gorgeous move to the downside. My first take profit, guys, was at $1.81. Once we dropped down here beneath VWAP, because I want to take a little bit of profit off there because VWAP was acting as an area of resistance. That was my first take profit. And let me go back to my alerts. Then you guys can see here at 10:26, I took more profit off at 203. That's at the low of the day, right there, in front of the low of the day. We broke below the low. We then bounced back. We got rejected at that low. So the initial morning low then becomes resistance. We had the trade line sitting there as well. And then we rolled. And as we rolled our way down, guys, I'll take you back to my alerts here on the day. You can see here right at 11 a.m., I took more profit off at $2.76 right there. Okay. So now, again, I'll go back and show you guys. There's the entry, first take profit, second take profit. I took another piece of profit off the table there, and I'm still holding a very small piece of this position. If we break back to like 314.50, I'll get out this last piece. It's a very small position. It's only like 10% of my original size up here. But there you guys can see my take profits along the way. And it's all thanks to this ascending wedge that formed intraday beneath a key resistance level on the daily chart. I want to show you another example of this. Okay, I want to show you another example of this. And to do so, I have to go to the 23rd of June. Okay, here we are, the 23rd of June. Okay. And what you see form here is another ascending wedge pattern. You see that ascending wedge? And then when I zoom out even further, you guys will see this resistance area. See all this resistance? This is now, I'm going to go to a 15-minute chart just so you guys can see this more clearly, okay? 15-minute chart just so you can see this more clearly. You see this resistance area? Resistance, 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 resistance. Then on the 23rd, we had another ascending wedge pattern form. See that ascending wedge pattern form? So if you guys saw my video, go back and check out my video from June 23rd. Okay, June 23rd, I posted a video recap about this exact setup. It's another ascending wedge. It's the same exact setup as the trade I made today. This is why I'm trying to point out to you guys this setup, so the next time you see it, you can identify it, you can place this trade. Look for ascending wedges intraday that form beneath major or key resistance levels on a larger time frame. So if you see an area of resistance that's held for a week, a month, a year, whatever, if you see an area of resistance on a longer time frame chart and intraday an ascending wedge forms underneath it, that's a very high probability short setup. And on this day, we went in here and I bought put options on the SPY here, and you caught this huge sell-off. You can see the trend reverse. You got a nice move to the downside. Then, as I go back to today, okay, same exact thing, ascending wedge setup, okay, beneath that key resistance level that we talked about, got in those put options, and a big pullback to the downside. And that's how I'm able to pull out 68% gain on this put option. And this is where the bulk of my profits were made today. So finishing the week strong. I wanted to share this with you guys because it's one hell of a setup. You know, you guys, I always like to point out to you guys some of my favorite setups When it comes to the long side, I love the TTG triangle. I love the trade line BL crossover. Those are all setups that you guys will learn in the courses. The TTG triangle, the trade line BL cross, they have their own chapters in the courses. That's how important they are. I think they are the highest probability patterns intraday. I think every day trader should know those patterns. So I teach them in all of my courses. I teach them to all of my students the highest probability patterns that I can think of. And that's why I love to trade those long. But this, to the short side, this is one of the highest probability patterns to the short side that I think that I can find. So I want to share that with the YouTube community as well. If you guys want to learn more about these patterns, join the TTG family, go through all the courses, trade with me live every single day in chat. We've got a 36% off sale going on right now for Independence Day. And we're celebrating independence for the country, but also celebrating independence for you to become more financially independent. So that's why I want you to use the coupon code TTG720. Click the link on the description below, get that discount, and all of the courses are included for free, guys. Okay, so take advantage of it. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the time with friends and family. Be smart, be safe. We still do have a virus that's going around. So, guys, please do be safe. And I'll see you guys all on Monday, refreshed, ready to rock and roll. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend. Later.